Okay, so I've got an AI prompt that you are absolutely going to hate because it's about to destroy every excuse that you've been clinging to as to why you can't start a business. And since I don't have any time is one of them, we are going to skip the fluff and jump right into my personal and very inexpensive therapist, better known as ChatGPT. So here we go. Here's the prompt. Now, normally I give you guys money making prompts that you really, really like. So this one you're not going to like. And let's get right into it. You are my tough love therapist. We all need tough love sometimes. I'm going to give you the most common excuses people use for not starting a business. For each excuse, call out why this excuse is flawed, reframe it into a positive truth or opportunity. Give me a simple, practical next step that someone could take in under 30 minutes to move forward. Here are the excuses. I don't have money. I don't have time. I don't have skills. I don't know how to sell. My partner won't support me. Nothing has ever worked for me before. Business is too risky. I'm too old, too young. I don't know where to start. The market has saturated. Wow, that's a heavy list. Pretty much have said them all, and likely you have said a few of them too. So let's see what ChatGPT, my lovely therapist for $20 a month, says. Let's hit each one of these. I don't have money. Flawed. You don't need a pile of cash to start. Most online businesses cost less than a weekend DoorDash binge. True. Reframe. Lack of money forces you to get scrappy. Next step, open a free Google Doc and you could package your existing skills into a $20 digital product, zero cost. True. Digital products are a very low barrier to entry. And when it comes to not having money, I heard this from somebody today and it was very eye-opening. And he said, and this is, not to sound cryptic here, but if somebody kidnapped one of your kids and held them for ransom, would you come up with the money? Would you find a way? I think you know the answer to that. So yeah, you'd come up with the money, but I've just given you an option here, a low-cost option on how to start with little to no money. Digital products you can launch pretty quickly. I don't have time. I hear this a lot. I'm just going to say this point blank, like you don't think you have time because you don't know how you're spending your time. And if you knew how you were spending your time, you would not say that. Everyone has the same 24 hours. The reason that you don't have enough time is because you don't respect time, usually. Start respecting time, and the best hack I can give you right now is to know what your time is worth. If you don't put a dollar amount on your time, then you'll stop giving it away. Everyone I meet that I've ever met, that I've ever worked with, I can find 10 to 12 hours per week in their schedule. It's hiding there. And you could simply just go into ChatGPT and say, hey, give me ideas right in this same thread. Give me ideas on how I can gain back 10 to 12 hours per week. You'll find it. They'll give you some great ideas. I don't have skills. Flawed. You have decades of skill from work, hobbies, and life. You're just discounting them because they're normal to you. True. You take them for granted because you do them all the time. The boring stuff is magic to someone who doesn't. I like that. Write down the last 5 times someone asked you for help or advice. That's a skill you can monetize. I don't know how to sell. You sell every day, convincing your kid to eat broccoli, negotiating with your spouse, landing your job. So true. I did a sales workshop today, and we have been selling since we came out of the womb, trying to convince people to see things our way. You do not need to have had a sales background to be good at selling. I know people that have been in sales jobs for a long time and they don't know what they're doing. So it is not a prerequisite, and it is something that you can absolutely learn how to do. My partner won't support me. Waiting for permission is a great way to stay stuck forever. Reframe. Support often comes when results show up. Spend 30 minutes mapping out a $100 side hustle plan that doesn't touch family finances. Results are better than arguments. This is a great opportunity. Don't ask your partner to invest in a 5-figure mastermind or a 5-figure coaching course when you haven't produced any results. Like, get the result. Make the product, make $100 online, and then have that conversation with your partner instead of just lining up all these excuses, which have not really worked out well for you. Nothing has ever worked for me before. That's because you quit, not because it can't work. Every failure is a rep. Every failure is data. It's not a life sentence. You've just eliminated paths that weren't right for you, which means you're closer to the one that is. A lot of this stuff is reframing. Like we say, hey, that doesn't work, or it's too saturated, or I don't have any money. It's like, just reframe it. Then the next step would be write a quick list of 3 past failures and the lesson from each one. Those lessons are the foundation of your next attempt. You now know what not to do. When you have failures, you now have data. Like, this didn't work, I know not to repeat that again, which is actually helpful. Not, hey, because it didn't work before, it's definitely not going to work again. It only has to work one time for you to get what you want. Business is too risky. I love this one. Staying in a 9 to 5, here's the flawed. Staying in a 9 to 5 where you can be fired tomorrow is way riskier. Like, seriously, just tell me what sounds more risky to you. You being in complete control of your business, or you giving your entire everything, your family, your mortgage, everything, into the hands of another business that could go out of business tomorrow. Or they could just decide, hey, we're going to cut 1,000 people, and they don't need a reason. They could literally fire you tomorrow and they don't need a reason. And then what are you going to do, right? The risky thing is ridiculous. That's for people who have never started a business before. That's what they say. Business risk is controllable. Job risk is not. Write down one problem you can solve that costs you nothing but could earn you $20. That's risk at Starbucks latte level. That's funny. I'm too old, too young. Nonsense. Like, this is just, I mean, for lack of a better phrase, this is a bunch of bullshit. There are billionaires at 19 and 70. Your age is just your excuse in disguise. It's another excuse. Age gives you either energy, young, right, which is great. When you're young, you don't really worry about risk. It's like, I got my whole life ahead of me. Like, I'm going to try stuff. And when you're older, you think that the clock is running out on you, right? And I have people in my mastermind and in my school groups that are in their 70s. And you're older, you have all this wisdom. Again, you got all that data, those past quote unquote failures that you know not what to do again. And they're really both unfair advantages if you look at it, right? I don't know where to start. You do. You're just overwhelmed by options and waiting for the perfect one. It is my firm belief that most people know what to do. They're just not doing it because they're distracted. There's too many things. Every time you open up your phone, there's another side hustle flavor of the week, and you want to jump on that because you see other people making money. Now, if you need help with this one, I don't know where to start. Usually it's a business idea. I'm leaving my free skill to business formula in the description. It's been downloaded by over 7,000 people. It's free. It works. It will help you in under 15 minutes come up with ideas for a business that you could start based on what you already know how to do from your job, from a life transformation you went through, or you have a skill or an interest or a hobby that you've developed over the years. Use it. It works. Then starting anywhere is better than overthinking everywhere. Ooh, that's good. ChatGPT really is smart sometimes. Pick one PDF, coaching call, or mini course. Set a timer for 30 minutes and outline what it would look like. Done. Like, that's just something you can do. That's achievable. The market is too saturated. I love this one. Saturated markets equals proven demand. Like, why do you think you say that? It's usually because, like, people say who are in real estate, oh, that won't work in my market. The market's saturated. Or fitness coaches, like, the market's saturated. Yet people still get into the real estate business, and people still open up gyms or open up fitness programs, or they become coaches. It's like, you need to not worry about being saturated. You getting yours does not take away from somebody else getting theirs. This is a scarcity mindset. Market is too saturated is just a scarcity mindset. Saturated equals proven demand. The pie is huge. You need a crumb, right? A lot of you don't need to have hundreds and thousands of customers. You might need 500 to get out of your job or whatever it is that you're trying to do. You're thinking way too large. You don't need to be the loudest voice. You just need to be the one that speaks directly to your people. Write a list of 3 people you know personally who have the problem you want to solve. That's your market. Go talk to them. Want me to bundle this into a clean one-pager? All right, now it gets a little nutty here, but here's what I want you to do. Okay, I want you to take this prompt and go through it. It's in the description, and it's always free. I always leave my description, my prompts in the description. But look, let's have a real moment here about your excuses as to why you can't start a business. And I just simply want you, because I've just debunked all those. Like, that, this is all nonsense, right? Like, there are ways to overcome all of that. Like, play with those prompts. Play with this prompt in ChatGPT and go through all the stuff. And then I just want you to ask yourself this question, because there's a reason that you're scrolling for side hustles. You're looking for opportunities to make more money. You've tried business opportunities. You're looking at them. You're looking at other people and you're saying, hey, well, I can do that. Why can't I do that? And then it doesn't work for you. And you come up with excuses and it starts to get really, really heavy. And these things can eat you up. Trust me, I know. I've started and quit 26 different side hustles in a 10 to 15 year period before the 27th one worked. So I've been through all of this. I'm qualified to talk on this because I know. And I've talked to over 1,000 people that literally have come up with they've said that those excuses, that list of excuses to me over and over and over again. That's why the prompt is that way. And there's a bunch more that I didn't even put in there. What I want you to look at right now, I want you to just have an honest conversation with yourself is, do I want this? Do I want this? Because the excuses are usually covering up something else. Like, strip away all the excuses, everything else. Like, just pretend if none of that were true, what would I be left holding? And what you're usually left holding when all of that is gone, all the excuses are gone, is just a big bag of I'm afraid, I'm scared, and I don't want to mess up, right? And that's a lot harder to say than, well, I just don't have time, right? I don't have time. I don't want to sell. Nobody's going to support me. Just say you're afraid. And you can overcome that fear. You can learn to move forward in the face of fear. That's the question I want you to ask yourself. There really are no excuses. There are none. I've seen the deck stacked up against people that I'm amazed that they can do it, and they still do it. And whenever I look at like, this is hard for me, or I've had some challenges, and then I watch other people do it, and they've really got challenges, then I'm like, I don't want to hear excuses from anybody, because I've seen some people that have limitations on themselves, on life, and they got a lot of circumstances, and they're able to pull it off, and they never talk about any of this stuff. So it is time, once and for all, to drop your excuses, to address your excuses, and just have a real conversation. Do I want to do this or not? And is it just that I'm scared? And fear is okay. You're allowed to be scared. And if you weren't scared, it probably wouldn't matter to you that much, because if you didn't have any fear, you would have done it already. So let's address the fear. All right. Try that prompt out. I hope it works for you. And if you watched the entire video, I appreciate you sticking around, and tell me in the comments, what is the one excuse, if not all of them, that you are going to stop using and set yourself free from this? See you in the next one.